All right, hopefully everyone's had time to get their coffee, get settled. I see that we have a few people in our webinar here, so let's kick it off. Hey everyone, I'm Dave Alton. I'm the CTO here at Inc. And welcome to Marketing Mayhem, AI Unleashed on your brand. Today we're diving into the wild world of AI-powered marketing. This isn't about replacing your creativity. It's about unlocking your time and enhancing your voice. Whether you're a solo firm or managing an entire team, AI is here to support, not replace you. So let's explore what's possible when AI becomes your marketing sidekick. First off, who we are. At Inc., we're all about making tech actually work for you. We help small businesses keep things running smoothly, stay secure, and grow without tech headaches. Our team of 16 is based in sunny Los Angeles, and we support over 150 clients across the country. What really makes us different, we lead with communication. We don't drown you in jargon. We talk like real people, solve real problems, and build long-term partnerships rooted in trust. I'm Dave Alton, and I've spent most of my career helping businesses use and leverage technology to grow securely and sleep better at night. At Inc., I work with companies that need to stay compliant, scalable, and ahead of whatever new tech curveball gets thrown their way. I love solving complex problems, but I'll always break things down in a way that makes sense. Whether we're talking about cybersecurity, AI, or just trying to make your tech less frustrating, outside of work, I'm usually building something. I do that in my wood shop, in my maker shop kind of thing, or I'm cheering my son on when he's playing baseball here in Simi Valley. You're joining us for the second stop in our AI Summer Series. In June, we focused on AI for productivity. Today, it's all about how AI supports your marketing and messaging. And in August, we'll be wrapping up with guardrails and policy, keeping it all human and secure. So if you're wondering how AI fits into your workflow without sounding like a chatbot, you're in the right place. Marketing today is a full-time job, even if it's only part of yours. Whether it's social posts, newsletters, email campaigns, content takes time. AI can help with that. It can draft, edit, even generate ideas for you. But let's be clear, it's only helpful if you put the right guardrails up. AI needs guidance to stay on message, on brand, and on voice. That's what we're here to talk about today. So, what does marketing need help? Why does marketing need help right now? I think if we look at this, there's so much content and it takes so much time. There's normally a small team that does this and massive expectations. We see this struggle with everyone, and AI is exactly how you can make a big difference with it. It's really just a tool. Consider it like a creative partner, somebody that you can work through things with. You can still be the main part of the creative process, make the final decisions, of course, but this is really about finding a cycle and a way to bring this all about so that it sounds good, it looks good, and ultimately allows you to market better, quicker, faster. One of the cycles that I use as, because we use AI here to generate a lot of the content that we do for marketing. And we start with a draft. And a lot of times that draft starts with the AI, helps us brainstorm a little bit. We edit it and then we repeat. And so it's an iterative process. And we maintain the creative control over the whole thing. We set up custom GPTs or custom AI chatbots that allow us to not have to tell them everything all over again every single time, but really start to get some deep understanding into our brand, our voice, and how we want to sound when we market to our clients. This is for small firms and big firms, but it's really, really helpful for a small firm. It's really tough to be the business owner, the marketer, the salesperson, and the technician, and wear all those hats all at the same time, right? So it's tough for me, someone that I'm not a marketer. never done marketing, not my, wheelhouse, so to speak. I'm a technician by trade and have become a CTO by experience. And marketing was never really part of that. Sales was never really part of that. But what we see is the AIs help build confidence that you can do that stuff. You can talk from a place that is you, sounds like you, but maybe you're not articulate enough to, push the right buttons or put things in the right way. So this is a way to help with that, right? So, we've seen law firms build newsletters faster, CPA's firm have better open rates. So it's really cool. You can put your email into a AI chatbot and say, hey, what's the likelihood somebody's going to open this email? And they'll go, oh, okay, well, it's 3%. Okay, well, how do we increase the percentage? And you can work through it to get it to a point where it becomes better, right? Financial advisor probably doesn't do a lot of social media, but with an AI chatbot, it can really help him or her sound like a social media expert, right? And even architects, right? Someone who really isn't in the need of marketing, right? It's a relationship business for the most part, but blog posts written from field notes, it really helps you build a content that your customers look at and go, wow, this is a really different firm. This is somebody I want to work with. So we're gonna talk about a little bit some examples, right? We kind of dove into a little bit of how much time it takes for one of our clients who's in a law firm to do some LinkedIn stuff. They were doing a post they would spend 3 to 4 hours on. They used AI to write the post for an estate attorney encouraging clients to review wills. It maintained a consistent tone across all the content. They reduced that 3 to 4 hours down to less than an hour. And they were able to get more engagement from it without more time. So it's one of those things that's really, really cool to have something that used to take you 3 to 4 hours and now only takes you 45 minutes. So it is a gigantic time saver for those that are having to do this on their own and probably not trained in this, right? And here we see the results, right? Reduce the time by 75%, increased engagement by 32%, and they were able to get on a consistent weekly posting schedule that was much more comfortable to maintain than what they were doing before. So this one's a little bit of a funny one. AI does kind of have a sense of humor. It really doesn't, but it's good at mimicking that. And so you can put this prompt in to your favorite AI chatbot, and you can write an ad for a fictional French fry shop, and you can get back some really, really funny, like silly types of things. And humor is a really good way to engage with your clients and prospects, right? It's really helps with that. So again, you wouldn't necessarily take this and post this right to LinkedIn or make this your newsletter or anything like that, but it's going to give you a great starting point. And what you do is you take that starting point, you edit it, you kind of get it to where you want it to be, then you push it back into the AI and you say, hey, I've edited this. Tell me how to make it better, but tell me why you're going to make this change to make it better. And it really gives you some insight on, oh, okay, well, this is what we see and why we would make this change and stuff like that. So voice training, it's really important to make the AI sound like you. The easiest way to do this, quite honestly, is have conversations with AI, have it see emails, show it what you sound like in conversation, in speaking and writing and that type of stuff. I can put in a prompt that says, hey, I want to create a plan for the future, right? And we help clients plan for the future. I wanted a tagline. So, but if I use my voice, I can create more of a custom sounding one. And that's the one below, right? As a probate attorney, I help families protect what matters most to them during difficult transitions, ensuring their legacy continues exactly as they envision it. So it's really easy to kind of just use it like Google, right? One word, one sentence kind of search function. You really don't want to do that with AI. You really want to do hey, this is my target audience. This is the voice I want you to use. This is the message I want you to deliver. And I want it to sound like this. I want it to be in my voice. It's really important to bring those style components in. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that in a second. So you can have these, they call it prompting for personality, right? You can say, hey, I want a friendly and fun post, or I want a professional and clear post, or I want you to be bold and direct, right? So each one of those gives you a different tone and really does help you understand or deliver a message that's better. So we did this top one here on LinkedIn as a post. And we said, hey, write a catchy 4-line jingle for a law firm that specializes in estate planning. And it was really funny. One person like posted back there what they had got, and it was hilarious. And it's really it's really fun to play with this stuff, right? It's very, very interesting. And again, it's not going to be something you take and you post directly into LinkedIn, but it is going to give you some idea and help you brainstorm and get there, right? Create a 3-month content calendar for a financial advisor focusing on retirement planning. Result, consistent posting schedule with themed content series. And quite honestly, this is how we do most of our LinkedIn posts and things like that. We go into AI, we say, hey, we're talking about doing an AI series. We want a 3-month series. Tell us 5 or 10 interesting stories or themes that we could use for a month. And we work through that, and we work through the content and everything else. So it really does help generate some, what I think is good content. And then we deliver, the end result here, what us talking to you on a webinar. It's really good at hashtags. Generate 10 relevant hashtags for an architecture firm showcasing sustainable design projects. And you'll see a lot of times those hashtags, when used properly, really start to boost in social engagement. A/B testing. So this is something that kind of goes under the radar. If you're using MailChimp or Constant Contact or one of the more popular brands of email marketing tools, they have some of this stuff built in. But AI is really good at this as well, right? Give me 3 subject lines for Q3 tax deadline reminder email for small business owners, right? Here's the 3 that it comes up with. And then you can say, based on these 3, can you tell me which one gets me the most clicks or gets me the most opens? It will evaluate that and look at that. You can also ask it things like, hey, does this sound pushy? Or I'm not sure if this is in my voice. Or does this sound human, right? You can ask it those things and it'll give you its opinion. Now, granted, it's an AI, so it's going to give you go through, read it, see it, and then tell you what it thinks. But remember, it's comparing it against a huge, massive training database, something that it understands a lot of the human language. So even if it's not human and not really generating feeling or response or creativity or any of those things, it helps you compare against other things that are out there. So, again, we're very cautious with this. We very, very seldom use AI content that's direct and right into something, right? You really want to watch before you publish, right? So you can see it used over jargon a lot or generic phrases. Emojis and M dashes are its favorite way of sentence structuring. And you'll see that in a lot of our posts, because quite honestly, I think some of the emojis are kind of fun and cool. So I like using the emojis. But it is a telltale sign that you're having you're using an AI. It's very, very difficult for it to get dates right. Carly and I do a lot of this work, and we're always having to double check its dates. So you could say, hey, I want to post on Tuesdays and Thursdays for a month, and I want to cover these themes. Invariably, it will claim Tuesday the 3rd and Tuesday's really the 4th, and it really messes up the whole calendar. So you double check that type of stuff, right? Make sure your tone matches what you want. Is it too casual, too robotic? And then, is there any brand or compliance risk, right? Are you giving people too much information about you, your company, what you do, and things like that, where a bad guy could utilize that to, you know, create a scam or scam your clients or customers and things like that. So that really is kind of we've covered productivity and we've covered marketing. Next up in the series in August is we're going to be talking about guardrails. We'll talk about AI policies, what shadow AI means, why it's risky, and how to make sure your team uses these tools without putting your data or your reputation at risk. Think of it as a seatbelt portion of the summer series, and how to use AI responsibly in a compliant way and make sure that you're not, giving too much to the AI. For joining us today, we really appreciate it. We have some handouts. We have 7 AI marketing prompts that get real results. And then we have an AI content review checklist. This checklist is something we use every single time we put something into the world with AI. So it's really a good idea to go through like a systematic approach and make sure that that content is meeting your exact needs and functions. So before we wrap up, I want to open it up to questions you may have, whether it's tools, prompting strategies, getting your tone right, or just figuring out where to start. We've got time to dive in. Don't worry if it feels like a small question. If it's on your mind, somebody else is probably thinking of it too. So, Carly, do we have any questions that have popped up in the chat or QA?
No, sorry, we don't.
Okay. So so I get to ask Carly a question then. So Carly, your degree is in marketing, and while you do a lot of different things for us, tell me, how has AI kind of changed the way you view a marketing job in today's world?
It's definitely streamlined certain things. I think kind of what you covered. You can put in this really chopped up idea and it can spit something out that's a little more coherent and has a little more structure, and then you can start playing with it. I think AI is kind of like Play-Doh. You can use it to mold your ideas and kind of keep some of the creativity, but also, stay on track and not get too lost in it.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? It really helps take just a really baseline idea and kind of help you kind of flesh it out and make it into something that, yeah, I can share this with others. So that's great. I don't see any other questions coming up, so I think we're gonna close this down. If you today sparked any ideas for you, or you need help getting started, we're ready to work with you. You can book a strategy session directly with us. We'll walk through your goals, figure out what tools make sense for your business, and help you put the right systems and safeguards in place. No pressure, just here to help if you need it. And the link is right there on the screen to book that strategy session. And I want to say thanks again for joining. We love helping small teams do big things with tech, and it's exciting to see so many of you leaning into AI in a smart way. If you took one good idea from today and put it to work, that's a win. We're really happy about that. We'll see you in August for the final session. Until then, really want you to explore AI, be curious with it, stay safe, and try and keep it human. Thanks, everyone.